Hello, for today's episode. This is the first episode that I'll be making. So the basic idea is I'll be going over all the tools one by one in each video to try to explain each individual tool until we learn all of the tools in the tool palette. So in today's episode, I'll be teaching about the line tool. The first episode will be about the basics of the line tool, and then on the second episode, we'll go into more details. So let's get started. As you can see, today we'll be learning the line, polyline, and line segment. These are the basics of the line tool and the most, I think, useful from all of the different stuff. So first of all, this is the line tool. If we continuously click on the left, we get all the different options that we have for the line tool. So if we go on the tab and we continuously press left, we can open this and then just drag whatever we want. So I'll start with the line. I'll start teaching the line. So I'll just click on line, and as you can see, that tool for the line tool opens. So for making a line, so we're starting off from the very basics. As you can see, we're on all of our different panels. So this is the top view. So this perspective, this top view. To make a line, we firstly left click, and as you can see, I can start making a line wherever I want. So if I left click again, the line is over. But this line could have been any kind of measurement. We don't really know. I just left click and it just made the line. But if we want to specify how long we want that line to be, we can again press the option, press line, and click left. And this really depends on your unit. So my units are meters. So if I type in 2, it will become 2 meters. If I type in 2 and press enter, as you can see, this has locked in 2 meters, as you can see. So where there's a dot, this means here from the dot is 2 meters. And when I click again on the left, it will finish my line, and it will only make a line which is 2 meters. So let's say I want to make a line this way. That is a 2 meter line. If we go to dimensions and we go to see how long this is, as you can see, this is perfectly 2 meter line. So that is the line tool. There are many different options you have over in the line tool. I'll go over a few important ones, or some ones that could help you. So if I say both sides, it's basically making a line which it starts from the middle and is making both sided line. So if I write 2 meters, it's actually making a 4 meter line. As you can see, 2 meters this way and 2 meters the other way. If I press again, as you can see, it's made a 4 meter line. If we look at this dimension, it should be perfectly 4 meters. And it starts from the middle. So that's that. And if we continue on the line, just some other stuff that could be useful. If we make a line here, we go to line, let's make a perpendicular line. So if we make a perpendicular line, I can basically choose any point over here. By the way, these are locking because you see on the left, my palettes are open. So they're kind of locking on the end because on the left palette, it's clicked on the end. So it's locking in, or like the middle. The middle is locked. If I untick it, it won't lock in anymore. So before trying to make a line, just check if those left comments are properly ticked on whatever you want, whichever point you want to lock in. So if I want to start from the middle, this makes a vertical line, as you can see from the perspective. If I just go down here, you can see that it's making a vertical line, and I can stop at any point. If I just write 2, or let's say 5, 6, and I click again, wherever point I want, I can say mid or the end. If I click again, it makes a perfectly vertical point, as you can see. If I just rotate around. So let's quickly move on. So what else could be useful? We could, sorry, perpendicular. So we could make a vertical line. If we just say vertical, this will make a line on, as you can see, a vertical. In the 3D perspective, it will make a vertical line like that. I think this could be quite useful as well when you're making shapes or something like that. It could be really useful. So one more thing that I will quickly go over at the line tool is the tangent line, because I'm not sure when you would use it, but you might want to use it. So if we, let's make a circle quickly, and we go on to the line tool and we press tangent, we can make basically a tangent line wherever we want. So we can just press there, continue, and it will make a tangent line. I'm not sure, I just wanted to cover 3, so I made it 3. Okay, Polyline. Polyline is actually really important. You just press on Polyline, and you can just, it makes lines, and you can just continue on making that line. And as you can see, I can close it and make this kind of a shape, and it will all act as one object. The Polyline tool, it just you can continue making the line, and it will just make it one big object. So that is the polyline. You just go down, press the polyline, and let's say if we want to put measurements, we can just say 2 meters, enter, click, and it will make a 2-meter line, and we're still continuing. So I could make a 10-meter line, click, and it will make a 10-meter line, and I'll still be continuing until I make a shape like that, let's say. Something else that is really useful to know is if I'm making a line or a polyline or whatever, if I just hold down on shift while I'm making it, it will be straight. This is really important to know, because generally we're working with straight lines, or we want to make let's say a box or something straight, so it could be really useful. So just keep that in mind when using these line tools. Last of all, line segment. So line segment is actually nearly the same as polyline, except it looks the same. As you're making it, you can continue, you can put your measurements in, you finish the line by clicking, as always. If we want to finish this command, say enter, like all the other commands. As you can see, it looks all the same as polyline, but these lines act separately. So actually you're making a shape, which is they're all different entities, so you can play around, you can then they're not acting as one. So that is the only difference with that. It could be useful when you know which one does what. Is better to understand and better to utilize. So that is the basics of the line tool. As you can see, it's pretty easy. Those are the basics and the most useful, and I really hope this helped you. In part 2, I will be explaining the other commands of the line tool and go into more detail. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys.